Hi, Nick Granville here from Wellington, New Zealand. I posted a minor pentatonic lesson recently, an intermediate lesson. So with this lesson I thought I'd cover advanced uses of the same scale. And the way I think about this is I like to convert everything to the minor pentatonic. My philosophy is that I don't really like to have to learn 1,000 scales. I don't see the point in it. I'd rather know how to use the scales I know and use them in many, many different ways, in thousands of ways if you will. So the way I do that is I convert everything to the minor pentatonic. If we have an A major chord, like so, if we take that and we want to play the minor pentatonic over it, the way we do that is we take A, which is here, and we go back to F sharp, so we go back 3 semitones or back 3 frets. So we started on A, 1, 2, 3. Now we have F sharp and we play F sharp minor pentatonic, but over that A major. That's now our root note, the A, but we're thinking F sharp minor pentatonic, so we don't have to learn anything new to be able to play the major pentatonic. We just figure out our major key and go back 3 frets. But that's kind of uninteresting, isn't it? Let's be honest. It sounds bland. It's kind of, it's okay in a certain context, but a far better way of using this and a far better way of doing this is if I see a major chord, like say A major 7 there, the way I approach this is I think down 1 semitone of that. I've created a loop here to play over so you can hear it. And what I'll do is I'll play G sharp minor over the top of it. So I have very easy, there's our root note, but we're just thinking down 1 semitone. And the notes you have there are the 7, because we're in A, the 7 is going to be G sharp, the 9, the 3, the sharp 11, the 6, and the 7 again. No root note. We don't need the root note, the bass player plays the root note. Really what it's implying is an A major 7 sharp 11 chord, this sound. Now it doesn't matter if the band doesn't play that chord, if they just play straight major, it will still sound good over it. I'll give you an example. So minor chords. So when I see a minor chord, the way I approach this is there's 2 that I use regularly. The first one, if I see A minor, I think up a tone, and I play B minor pentatonic over the A minor. So here I have a loop that's an A minor chord, and I'm just going to play B minor pentatonic over the top of it. So you can hear that sounds really nice. It creates a lot of color tones. And the notes we have the 9th, we have the 4th or the 11th, we have the 5th, we have the 6th, and we have the root note. So they're all good notes to play. There's no bad ones in there. Okay, and the other one that I use regularly is to play the minor pentatonic up a 5th from the chord. So again, if we're in A minor, I think up a 5th from there, and I think E, and I play E minor pentatonic. Right, so if I think E minor pentatonic over A, I have the 5th of A, the flattened 7th of A, the root note of A, the 9th. That's the one note that's different from the regular minor pentatonic. And then we have the 11 or the 4th, whichever way you want to look at that. I'll play that for you. So you can hear that sounds really, really nice. It's a nice color. Just to add that 9th takes it away from the minor 3rd. Some people might think, well, you have to have the minor 3rd because that is the note that makes it major or minor and so on. Well, my thought on that is that the bass player is going to play the root note, so you don't need to worry about that. And if you have an accompanist, so another chordal player, there's a good chance they're going to play the third, and there's a good chance they're going to have the seventh in their chord voicing. So you don't need those. What you want to play is the color tones, because they're the ones that probably aren't taken care of. All of the stuff that relates with the minor also works really well with the dominant chords. Mainly because with these two that I covered, going up a tone and going up a fifth, they don't have the third, so we're not implying minor or dominant. Great, so here's a dominant seventh chord. It's just an A13 chord I'm playing here, which will work great. Here I'm going to play the B minor pentatonic over the top of an A13 chord. So it has a big advantage, so you can hear there that I ended up finishing on a B note, not on an A, because I was thinking B minor over A. So I'm going to finish on the 9, not on the root. The root note is the least interesting note to play because everybody else has it. The bass player has it, the accompanist probably has it. So by just thinking that way, it's going to make me play different notes. I'm going to be playing more towards the B. Next I'm going to play the E minor pentatonic over that A13 chord, and you'll hear that this works as well. So you can hear, there's no problems with any of that. Next is altered chords. This is one I use a lot now. There are heaps of options on altered chords, literally heaps of them. So I'm just going to deal with my favorite one, which is if I see an A7, sharp 5, flat 9, or sharp 9, any kind of altered chord, I will play up a minor third. So on A altered, I like to play C minor pentatonic. If we look at the notes that are in there, we have the flattened third of A, which in other words is the sharp 9, which is that alteration there. So we can hear that's a nice tasty note, works on those chords. Then we have the flattened fifth, the sharpened fifth, the flat 7, and the flat 9. No root note. The root note, as I said before, is a bland note to play. You don't need to play it. The bass player's got it. So nothing wrong with playing it, of course, but using it in this way is going to take you away from playing root notes. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to play an A altered chord, but I'm going to play C minor pentatonic on top of it. So as you can hear, that has a really nice sound. There's no, it's tense by nature, but it's not. There's no notes are clashy, so to speak. Of course, you can play any minor pentatonic scale you like over altered chords, because the whole point is that they're meant to sound dissonant anyway, and the resolution being in what the altered chord goes to rather than the altered chord itself. But that's one that I like because it sounds very in with the sound of that chord. So the one I'm going to do here is E minor 7 to A7 altered to D major 7. So 2 being E minor, 5 being A7, 1 being D major 7. So these chords. Very simple. And what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to play on the E minor, I'm going to play up a fifth. So I'm going to think up to B, and I'm going to play the B minor pentatonic over the top of that E. This is really implying E minor 9. On the A altered, I'm going to play C minor pentatonic. And then on the D major chord, I'm going to play C sharp minor pentatonic, which is down 1 semitone from it. So it's very simple to think about. I find my E minor chord, I go up a fifth to B minor, then I go up a semitone on the next chord, which is an A altered, and I play C minor pentatonic. Then I go up a semitone again and I play C sharp minor pentatonic on top of the D major chord. So E minor, I'm playing B minor pentatonic. A altered, I'm playing C minor pentatonic. And then D major, I'm playing C sharp minor pentatonic. Let's see what that sounds like. So you can hear from that they all work very nicely. And the key thing is to make your phrasing so that you play through changes, not that you play E minor is very dead set on that chord, that sound, and then the next chord you play the next sound, and the next chord you play the next sound. You want your ideas to go through the changes. So if I start here, and then I need to go into the next scale, into the next scale. So that's your goal, is to be able to play through rather than playing each thing individually set like that, if you know what I mean. So those are some ways that I use the minor pentatonic scale. Of course, there are heaps more. I'm just getting started. These are just a few to think about. But I really like that idea of being able to convert everything to minor, and particularly being able to convert it to minor pentatonic, because minor pentatonic is one of the first scales that guitarists learn, but few really take very far. They tend to just stick to the blues licks that we hear all the time, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just these give you some more options to play, more colours, more sounds. Yeah, so thanks for watching. My name's Nick Granville. Visit my website, www.nickgranville.com, where I'll post some stuff about this lesson, where I'll have the materials that relate to it. You can check out my last YouTube video. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that kind of stuff. So look me up. See you around. Cheers.